What is going on, guys? It is your boy NCSO7 here, and finally posting on the second channel again, the new tour video for the place I live now. I've been living for like a couple months. I do apologize this video came out way after the first one, but I kind of forgot, in all honesty. So, let's go right into it, and there's definitely some stuff to show. So yeah, it's doing another one of these. All the action's up there. And to my left is well, that's the front door I never use. And then this right here, I should probably zoom this out actually. This right here leads to the garage, you know. Um, it's a garage, you know. There's not really a whole much else, except for this thing on the steps. Who is this? What do you think you're doing? He's trying to sneak out of here is what he's trying to do. Oh yeah, but this is basically where all the stuff happens. Do a scan of the stuff, and we've got 2 doors here. These are off limits. This is my mom's room and then her bathroom. I'm just gonna have those off limits. But yeah, it's really hard for me to do these sort of things, so I guess we'll start right here. We got the kitchen table. We got like a window that looks out there. Not gonna show much because I don't want to dox myself more than I already have. I've done it in the past. And then we've got all of this stuff right here. This is like the main like living room area. Then we've got like a little section over here with like a desk and like the printer, an annoying ass printer. I hate printers. Printers are bullshit. Then we have this room, which looks very, very unfinished. This room is eventually going to be something a little bit better. We're kind of going to make this into an actual bedroom at some point. So that's a thing. But right now it's just kind of for like supplies and stuff like that. And I don't want to show the outdoors too much, but take a look at that view out there. Isn't that just gorgeous? Actually, this isn't probably the best place to do it. It'd probably be better to get moving over to here. And you know what? I'll actually step out on here too. Actually, nah, I'm not gonna step out onto the balcony because I gotta move some stuff and I don't feel like doing that. But look at that view right there. Isn't that just nice? Got a nice pond. It finally has started to warm up a little bit before it probably goes right back to where it was before. But yeah, there is a balcony. Eventually gonna get a chair there, and it'll be really nice once the weather really gets nice. And then, I can sit out there. And we've got the kitchen. Well, actually the bar for the kitchen first. And then going into the kitchen, much, much bigger. Again, you have that same view out there. I mean, it's a kitchen. And this is actually some coffee that I'm about to have. Beautiful. Bunch of pictures down there, but I've actually made a brand new one for the place. Really nice stuff. And I've also, this is just the laundry room, like where all that stuff is. And this right here is just a closet. We just put like the vacuum and like coats in there. And yeah. So now it's time we actually get into the real thing that people are looking for. Oh man, where all of the action happens. Should probably get that fixed up. But yeah, this right here is let me get all the way. This right here is the new hub for entertainment. And I must say, compared to where I was before, this place is way way better to actually have a lot of space. And I've even got, actually I'll go through these rooms first. I have my own personal bathroom. Hi people. So yeah, I get my own bathroom and it's massive too. Only shower, but that's fine. I don't really care too much, but it's like, yeah, it's a bathroom. I would open the toilet bowl, but you don't want to look in there. Oh man. And and that right there is a closet. I will go in there at the very end. But let's take a look at everything. Let's really move around the room. Obviously, I got the Joker poster right there. I'm gonna actually go more in depth on all this stuff too. Obviously we got. I'll start with the TV and stuff like that right here. Obviously the same TV, PlayStation 5, Switch controllers, and then behind the TV I've got Switch 2, an original Switch, and HDMI switchers, and then going down, we got the Xbox Series S, PS4 Pro, Wii U, and PS3 that I do not play because I don't have a controller for it. That's where I actually keep my Elgato at for recording and whatnot. And I've got like some stuff down there. I think that's where I have the Odin Lite, which was basically like an emulation handheld. Really cool stuff. Even though it's probably not the best model of it anymore, because that was like a few years ago, but you know, I've got some delicious Kirby Air Riders stuff on there, because you know that game is probably my favorite Switch 2 game, and I'll get to the collection a little bit more. And then I've got like my nightstand and all that stuff, and nothing in that spot, but in here I've got like a bunch of stuff like Wii U gamepad, PSP. I don't think the Vita's in there, but I've got like a bunch of like just random stuff in here. I've got like GBASP, like this like so much old shit. This probably doesn't even turn on, does it? As I thought, AAAs are dead in that thing, but I've got a lot of stuff in there. I'm not gonna go through all of it, even if people would probably like find that more interesting. And then the bed where all of the action happens, and by that I mean no action happens. It is quite sad. And there's the view once again. Very gorgeous view from out here, I must say. But I've also got all these posters up here. I'll actually talk about these. Got like a bunch of framing posters. The reason why is because I wanted to like put a little bit more care into what I have as wall decor, because I actually really enjoy like wall decor stuff and having like stuff on the walls and stuff like that. So yeah, like I got a lot of the stuff I bought online, like whether it's through eBay. I think a couple of them I got through some different stuff, like the Halo 3, that I believe, like I got all the frames like here locally, but like I believe the Halo 3 poster, that was from eBay. The quintessential quintuplets canvas, I believe that was Amazon. Minion, I believe that was actually Etsy, not any of the others. Spider-Verse, that was eBay. And the funny thing about both the Family Guy poster and the Toho poster, I actually made those posters like in Photoshop myself. And I actually had those printed out at a local Walgreens. So that's how I made that happen. Family Guy, that was the newest one I've added. Both Sonic Adventure 2 posters, I love those being side to side, like in the game. Really cool. And I really love the Toho poster as well, because I really like Toho. I want to do more content on the future. But then turning it over to this corner, we got many more posters. We got like God of War Ragnarok, Sailor Moon, like Lysithea from Three Houses. The Super Nintendo World poster is probably the most interesting, because I actually got this at Super Nintendo World in... I think it was Los Angeles. Yeah, it was Los Angeles. And we got like 2 Star Rail posters, March 7th and May. And then we've got the Mario Maker 30th poster, and then we've got the new desk, which is much smaller. Is you probably noticed that the old desk was in all the way over there. This thing keeps darkening. I got a brand new desk that if I want to, I can make this thing a standing desk if I want to. But I don't really do that though. I don't really care for a standing desk. So I've got like all my normal stuff here to make things happen. But I've also got this chair as well. This was like, I don't know how much, it was like probably like $120. Very, very solid chair actually, I must say, for like doing stuff there. But yeah, And then we got the case for the computer that I take to school. And we have a Kirby thingamabob down there that Jackson got me for Christmas. I should have mentioned these. The Sonic Squishmallow and Sailor Moon plush I got at the last Pinball Expo, which was cool. But now let's actually get into this. I've got the Virtual Boy, the little like cardboard things from the DDLC Plus Physical Edition, all of my amiibo, some a Steve figure for some reason. Actually, Jackson got me that, as well as that Mr. Beast figure, because, you know, thank you, Jackson. I got a couple of Skylanders toys. I've got the Luigi wristband from Super Nintendo World. A lot of money for that thing, but you know what? I mean, cool to have it, like I'm glad I saved the packaging for it. Some Virtual Boy games, a Pokeball that I made in a pottery place, Hatsune Miku figure I got at an anime convention, Freddy Fazbear just sitting there, and then the Virtual Boy. Oh man, and then we got all of these games. We got the Switch collection, which is pretty dope, and then I've got the Switch 2 collection right there, what I've had so far, and then I have a few DVDs down there, one a Family Guy, and then a Mario movie, which who's excited for that Mario Galaxy movie? And I've also got a Sailor Moon DVD. I actually want to potentially get more. I'm not gonna lie, I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about potentially collecting DVDs. People don't tend to really do that much, but it's like, I kind of want to get more. Once I bought this Sailor Moon R DVD, I'm kind of like, man, I should probably get the rest of them. So I may get more DVDs and stuff like that in the future. So you may see that if I ever do an update. And then we've got the GameCube collection, and then we got like some DS games scattered around. And then we got all of the Wii games. And then down below we have, I'm going to move this. We have all of the 3DS games on one half, and then the Wii U games on the other half. That's pretty much all of the Nintendo stuff. So then, moving over this way, I've got some other stuff like, I've got that I think was a gift from somebody. That's the Evangelion thing. Splatoon 2, that I got that canvas at I believe I got that at a GameStop for like $5. It was like really, really cheap. And I've also over here got the to-do list, and then I've got like internet thing right there. I may potentially move that at some point. I kind of don't want it there, but you know. And then up here we've got like the 2 special editions for Fire Emblem 3 Hopes and Fire Emblem Engage, of course, with a very fitting Funtime Foxy sitting in between. And we got all of the Xbox games, and then the entire PlayStation collection. So I'll go down each shelf. I was originally going to do more of like a actually like pull games out, but I'm not gonna do that. But we got a lot of PS4 games, way too many to count, and I'm also starting to really grow that PS5 collection as well. I've got a lot of games there as well. But moving on to the next shelf, first off, I got my Switch carrying case, the big one, so I can, if I want to take all the Switch components, I can. Sonic CD for Sega CD. Bought this a couple years ago at MGC. Very good condition. Bought it for $80. Which, I mean, it's a little bit of money, but it wasn't too much money as to where I wasn't going to get it. And then I've got the Fire Emblem games on the GBA, the Japanese versions, because the US versions of these games are way more expensive, so no thank you. I'll just take these, even though these give you some really cool looking art. At least for these two. Sacred Stones looks kind of meh. And then we have the Puyo Puyo Shrine, at least from all the games before the Fever era, so yeah, I've got pretty much this is pretty much all the Puyo games I have that are not part of like these collections. Like I got like Puyo Pop Fever 2 and other Puyo Puyo games right there, and I've got like some other Puyo games scattered about in like the Nintendo collection, but this is basically for all of like the games that were before the Fever era and that are not part of like a part of the collection already. And then I have like this acrylic stand, I think it is, or whatever it is, of Attack from Mars. This is something my dad had. Animal Crossing E Plus or Animal Forest E Plus, Dobutsu no Mori E Plus, which is basically like an enhanced version of the Animal Crossing on the GameCube. So that was kind of cool. I want to eventually get like all versions of Animal Crossing on GameCube. I have the US version, but it's like I want to get like the N64 version, like the original GameCube version, just Dobutsu no Mori Plus. And then I've got the Switch 2 carrying case, and then I've got like a notebook and all that jazz. And then, yeah. And then dresser, not very interesting. But what is interesting is what is in here. So let's actually take a look. This is where a lot of stuff happens. So yeah, this is basically what I got. I'll start on the left side. So I got a bunch of stuff. I've got a bunch of college books up there. Pretty much any textbook I've had to get for college I have up there, which was a waste of money, honestly. I've barely looked in any of those, in all honesty. I've got some of my Diary of a Wimpy Kid and Big Nate books. These are childhood classics of mine. I've got some like a lot of books. Basically, all the books on these shelves are basically like kind of like childhood memories and all that jazz. Like, really like looking at this stuff. Like, look at this. Like, look at this book right here. Like, look at how fun the cover is, and look at how amazing like the pages are. Even though this is like from like 2011, like it's so much fun to flip through. I don't know. As a design student, it's like I really like looking at those kind of books. Then we've got like the Donkey Kong bongos, and I believe in there is my Platinum GameCube. And there's the PlayStation Vita I mentioned before. There's the iPad. I have like an iPad. I don't use it at all. I want to do like digital art someday, but I don't know when that'll be. Because I keep not doing it. I've got some toys right there, and then there's like some. This right here is actually the classic collection or classic editions of like the NES Classic and then the SNES Classic back there. That's some stuff that's for a friend. And then I've got the hoverboard down there that does not work anymore, which kind of sucks. And this dude as well. And then I've got Foxy right there because, Foxy was in the closet in Five Nights at Freddy's 4, so I figured he needs to be in here, along with the fan and all that other jazz. And then I've got all of these things. I'm just wondering, like, how much I even want to go through. I obviously got the Mario movie, like, Happy Meal. This is probably the most interesting stuff, in all honesty, so... Yeah, this right here is like controllers and stuff like that. This is just like cables. This is probably the most... Actually, this is a Wii that I had gotten. And that's like an Apple, like, sort of thing. But yeah, this is like stuff for like a Wii or something like that I ended up not using. And here, this is where I have my MetaQuest 2. Thankfully, this place offers a lot more space, but I haven't actually played it at all recently. I don't play VR very often, in all honesty, so it's like... yeah. And here is just a bunch of shit. I don't even it's just a bunch of shit. And then down here is probably the most interesting part. I've got like some bit boxed versions of games that I didn't really want to put on the shelf. So we got like the box version of like the Star Rail Special Edition, Sonic Colors Ultimate. Oh my goodness. Kid Icarus Uprising, and like some other stuff in there. I think there's the Switch Sports Box and the Star Fox Zero box, and some games. And I think these are all just for like school stuff, so that's not super interesting. Then I've got the Kratos axe. I got this last year at MGC. That's the guitar for Guitar Hero if I want to feel like playing some Linkin Park. This is some drawing supplies for one of my drawing classes that was like $140 and like didn't even use all of it. Have a bunch of plushies right here, and I've got just some shit over here. I don't even know what. And moving up a little bit, I've got like the Coleco like arcade games that they made in like the 80s or something like that. Flight Stick for but not just like flight games on PC, but also can be like for like arcade, like MAME games and stuff like that. Bunch of cables right there for like a hard drive and like other stuff. Notebooks and stuff like that I don't really need this at all. I'll toss that. And then up here, I've got that Skibbity toilet stuff because thank you, Jackson. The drum for the Taiko games. I've got some blankets. I've got a box for the Hatsune Miku figure, an iPhone box, PlayStation 2. In that bag is the PlayStation VR, the first one. That's an old iPad 3 that I think still probably works if you plug it in. That's a Pong machine, and there's the box for the Taiko thing, and then I've got both my boxes for the Switch and Switch 2, and then the Intellivision flashback, and then the ColecoVision flashback that I got years ago. Oh man, okay, that's it. That is everything. That took way longer than it needed to, but yeah, I'll take this and actually toss it because I don't really need it. But that is everything in for the room. So I'll just do like another like look around the room at everything. It's a lot of space. It's really nice to have a lot more space than before. But you know, I'll wrap it up in here. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I don't know how often I'm gonna do updates on and whatnot. I'm not really too sure, so we'll see what happens. But anyways, that's it. This is going for long enough. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out and take care.